I'm Tobert, Sound of Joy Music Services, and we're back with another viewer request. Uh, I had did a video of this song probably 2015 before I had the Chordy app, and they was requesting, is there a breakdown? And of course, that's the only person who has ever asked for a breakdown of this song. So I said, well, why not put together a whole show based upon this song? I aired some of the sound of it. We'll see if YouTube comes after me for doing that. But let's go look at Jesus is the Light of the World. Uh, the recorded version by Hezekiah Walker, but if my memory serves me correctly, the originator of this song is none other than Professor Butch Haywood from the Institutional Church of God in Christ. And yes, I did learn this song back when it aired back then. So we're going to take some snippets from the song, give you an idea how this song was put together. Let's go to our viewer request page. All right, key of the song is in B flat. Now, again, I always like to practice the scale of any song we're going to be in because we need to see where our melody notes and our chord notes can potentially come from. So the intros of these songs, especially of this one, was one of those iconic intros. Let me see. I think I got it right. So let me slow that down. Both hands. This is scale practice. One hand. I'm so used to doing with both hands. Let me see. Both hands. And now you're going to finish off with a 3 chord. Now, to listen to the song, the sopranos are singing very high. What is this? It's kind of the B flat scale, but then they have this note there, which means we're in I'll call it a C seventh. Let me see, C seventh. Yeah. But it starts off in the 6th, finishes off here, then the 5. So what you're going to do is you're going to pitch your chords. The 6, 2 major, 5, 1. Again, 6, 2, 5, 1. Without a bass player, your left hand has to now support what that bass is. Turning on the 3. As you can see, when you're a single musician playing for a church as I was with no bass player, you had to be able to hear every potential note to be able to not only support the singers, but to support the actual song itself. So Jesus is the light. This is melody. Light of the world. Now you got to have your passing tones. For light of the world, now it's the 4, but a B flat chord, light of the world. Now this chord can go many different ways. I go with the diminished chord, light of the world, because this is the Brooklyn sound. He's the road, the sixth, out of darkness to the brightest five, this brightest way, the brightest way up. I actually did a whole video on this um, with my AI singers, so I saw the lyrics. Jesus is the light, the four, Jesus is the light, the three of the world. Now this time your six is going to be a major, G major, and then your turn chord. So let's hear very quickly what I just covered. All right, went a little further there. Very quick pace song. So if you miss a chord, forget it. Go to the next chord. Jesus is light of the world. Turn, light of the world, light of the world. He's the road out of darkness, the brightest way out. Turn, Jesus is the light of the world. Now we're going to the next part of the song. And these gospel songs of that era were all about patterns. One pattern for this part of the song, one pattern for this part of the song. So now at the second pattern, the four. Jesus is the light. This is the four. Back to the two. Jesus is the light. Or here's the most chord. This is the seven. Jesus is the light. There's the C minor over an A. What do they call this? There's the C minor, but when you put it over an A, it becomes an A minor 7 fat third. Pretty sound. Jesus is the light. Revolve it to the D7. And right on this note, he's the light of the world. Light of the world. And chromatically down to return you to Jesus is the light. Just is the light. Jesus is the light. And real quick, he's the light of the world. Light of the back to the top. So let's listen to some of what we just covered. Here we go. Turn on that chord. Back to turn. So that's 2/3 of the song. Now the rest is what we call the actual vamp, or the which is like a round robin. Let me see how we're gonna approach this. Let me see. He's the light, the brightest way out. He's the light, the brightest, brightest way up. The brightest. So the 6, 2, 5, 1, 3, 6, 2, 5, 1, 3. And now the chords you're gonna have to look at. The brightest way out. Now by round robin, I mean each singing voice is gonna take a turn. The tenors have, let me see, the sopranos have he's the light, the brightest way out. That's sopranos. Altos had that's the tenor. There's a lot happening there. Without vocals, it's kind of hard. Let's just listen to it. Let's see. Let's go to where the changes are. So sopranos up here. That's your altos. I mean, they had some really singing voices back at that time. And that's pretty much the entire song, chord wise. Again, for the viewer who requested that I do an actual breakdown of this song. As I said, not too many people I've heard sing this song locally in their churches. At least they haven't actually broadcast it. Otherwise, I would have had a video done for it. But at that time, I didn't have the actual Chordy app. But it's a good practice as video. As you can see, a lot of movement, melody movement, a lot of alternative chords. And it's going to turn on this chord. There we go. Jesus is the light. Put that tritone in there of the and end on the G major. Put that, because that is your, that's where it starts. And for those who like using tritones, this song is full of them. Let me see. There it is. There it is. And that is your lesson. Sam Tobin, Sound of Joy Music Services. As always, don't forget to